Have you ever wondered why absence makes the heart grow fonder? Absence in its purest form is a void, an emptiness longing to be filled. It's a space that once held something dear, something cherished. And when that something or someone is no longer present, our minds, in their infinite complexity, begin to pine for their return. This pining, this yearning, is what we call missing someone. Psychologically, it's a fascinating phenomenon. Our brains are wired for connection, for interaction. When we're separated from someone we care about, our minds tend to amplify the positive aspects of that person, creating an idealized version of them in our thoughts. It's a form of cognitive bias, where the memory of their presence, their essence, becomes more potent in their absence. Now, what if I told you there was a way to harness this psychological aspect, this art of absence, to make someone miss you more? Intriguing, isn't it? This is where the ancient philosophy of Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism, a philosophy born in the bustling markets of Athens and honed in the turbulent politics of Rome, offers a unique perspective on life. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, to accept what we cannot, and to live in harmony with the natural flow of the universe. It's a philosophy grounded in the present moment, in accepting things as they are, not as we wish them to be. But how does Stoicism relate to making someone miss you? It's simple. Stoicism encourages us to be our authentic selves, to live according to our nature. When we do this, when we are true to ourselves, we leave a lasting impression on those around us. And when we are absent, that impression, that memory of our true selves, becomes amplified in the minds of those we've left behind. So are you ready to delve into the world of Stoicism? Are you prepared to learn how to make your absence felt? How to leave a lasting imprint on the hearts and minds of those you care about? Let's dive into the principles of Stoicism to unravel the mystery of longing. The first principle of Stoicism we're going to explore is the dichotomy of control. Now, the dichotomy of control is a fundamental part of Stoic philosophy, and it's all about understanding what is within our control and what is not. The Stoics believe that we have absolute control over our own actions, our own responses, and our own intentions. On the other hand, we have no control over external circumstances, over other people's actions, or how the world works. So, how does this relate to making someone miss you? Well, consider this. You can't control whether someone misses you or not. That's entirely up to them, influenced by their feelings, perceptions, and experiences. It's outside your sphere of control. However, what you can control is how you act, how you respond, and how you present yourself. You can choose to be kind, to be interesting, to be a person of good character. You can choose to leave a positive and lasting impression that makes a mark on others. Let's imagine a scenario. You're in a relationship and you've been giving it your all, but you feel like the other person isn't reciprocating. You might feel tempted to try and control their feelings, to make them miss you, to make them appreciate you. But according to the dichotomy of control, that's not something you have power over. Instead, focus on what you can control. Be the best version of yourself. Show kindness, show understanding, show patience. Be someone they would miss. But do it for yourself, not for them. Remember, the goal isn't to manipulate someone into missing you. It's about being a person of such character, such virtue, that your absence is felt. And if they don't miss you, that's okay too, because you've stayed true to your values, you've acted with integrity, and you've maintained control over your actions and responses. And that, my friends, is the power of the dichotomy of control. It's about understanding what you can and can't control, and focusing your energy on the former. By mastering the dichotomy of control, we can create a dynamic that naturally makes someone miss us. The second Stoic principle is living in accordance with nature. The phrase can be a bit mystifying at first glance, but it simply means to live in harmony with the world around us and our own inherent nature. To the Stoics, nature is rational, orderly, and governed by laws. We, as human beings, are part of this grand design. So, to live according to nature, we must understand and respect these laws, both in the outer world and within ourselves. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with making someone miss you? Well, living in accordance with nature involves a deep understanding and acceptance of our human nature, including our emotions. It's about acknowledging our feelings, not suppressing them. It's about being true to ourselves, not pretending to be someone we're not. When we genuinely understand and accept ourselves, we become more authentic. We start to live our truth. This authenticity is magnetic. it draws people towards us. They appreciate our genuineness because it's a rarity in a world where many are trying to be something they're not. Imagine a person who is always themselves, unapologetically so. They don't hide their emotions or pretend to be perfect. They're comfortable in their own skin, and they don't shy away from expressing their feelings, their thoughts, their desires. They're not afraid to show their vulnerabilities. This person is genuine, authentic, and this authenticity is attractive, it's endearing. When such a person is not around, their absence is felt deeply. They're missed, not for the facade they put up, but for their true selves. They're missed because they are irreplaceable. They're missed because their authenticity is a breath of fresh air in a world full of pretense. So, if you want to be missed, be genuine, be yourself, understand and accept your emotions. Live in accordance with your nature. When we live in accordance with nature, we become irreplaceable, and thus, greatly missed. The final Stoic principle we'll discuss is the view from above. This principle encourages us to step back, gain perspective, and see the bigger picture. Imagine you're a bird soaring high above the landscape, seeing all the petty squabbles and everyday worries as just tiny specks on the vast canvas of life. By adopting this bird's eye view, we can see the insignificance of our clinginess and the triviality of the arguments that often drive people away. It helps us to remain calm, composed, and focused on what truly matters. This perspective fosters an appealing serenity that others will find irresistible. When we are absent, this calmness is what people miss. The tranquility we bring to their hectic lives becomes a void they yearn to fill. They crave the peace we emanate, the stability we provide. By adopting the view from above, we become a calming presence that others will miss in their lives. Let's recap the Stoic principles we've explored today. We started with the art of absence, understanding that being away allows others to appreciate our presence more. This is not about playing games, but about fostering independence and cultivating a life that others find intriguing. Then, we dived into the dichotomy of control, learning to focus our energy on what we can control, our actions and responses, rather than obsessing over the feelings and actions of others. It's about making ourselves irresistible through our actions, rather than attempting to control how others perceive us. We also discussed living in accordance with nature, appreciating the natural flow of life, embracing change, and accepting that people come and go. This acceptance can make our presence more cherished when we're around. Lastly, we soared with the view from above, gaining perspective on our insignificance in the grand scheme of things, which in turn makes our interactions more meaningful. Remember, the art of making someone miss you isn't about manipulation, but about becoming a person of value, and Stoicism can guide us in this journey.